For more than 100 years, the Chicago Bears have been one of the most iconic franchises in American sports. George Halas, Walter Payton, the '85 Bears, Soldier Field, Chicago and the Bears have always felt like the same thing. But now, for the first time in franchise history, that relationship might be changing. This week, the Bears Board of Directors officially voted to advance a stadium project in Indiana. This is the first time that the board has ever voted on a specific stadium site, and according to multiple reports, Indiana is now in the clear. If this actually happens, the Bears would play home games outside of Illinois for the first time in their 106-year history. And that's why this story matters, because it isn't just about a new stadium. It's about money, politics, tradition, and whether one of the NFL's most historic franchises is willing to leave behind the place that they've been forever. To understand why this is happening, we have to go back to the beginning. The Bears are one of the NFL's founding franchises. They started in 1920 outside of Chicago before moving to Chicago just 1 year later. Since then, they've become one of the league's most recognizable brands. And the Bears have been great throughout their history. They won 9 NFL championships, including a Super Bowl, and produced some of the biggest names the sport has ever seen. Walter Payton, Mike Ditka, Dick Butkus, Brian Urlacher, Matt Forte. Chicago football isn't just a team, it's a part of the city's identity, which makes this story so strange. Because despite all that history, the Bears have spent decades dealing with one major problem. They don't really control their stadium. Soldier Field is owned by the city of Chicago. It's one of the smallest stadiums in the NFL. It lacks many revenue-generating opportunities that newer NFL stadiums provide. Just think about Patriot Place in New England. While teams around the league build up billion-dollar entertainment areas around their new modern stadiums, the Bears were stuck trying to make an aging building work. Eventually, the Bears organization decided enough was enough. The Bears actually have tried to fix this problem for years now. Back in 2023, they purchased roughly 320 acres in Arlington Heights with plans to build a massive stadium and a new entertainment district. At the time, it felt like a foregone conclusion. The Bears would stay in Illinois, they'd build their dream stadium, everybody wins. Except it didn't happen. Disagreements over taxes, public funding, and legislation over the stadium kept slowing the project down. That's when Indiana entered the picture. Hammond, Indiana sits just across the Illinois border, close enough that fans could still realistically go to the games, but far enough away that Indiana could offer something Illinois wasn't giving the Bears, and that's certainty. Lawmakers in Indiana basically gave them everything. Indiana lawmakers created a framework designed specifically to attract the Bears and reportedly offered incentives that could reach $1 billion. Suddenly, the Bears had all the leverage. Illinois lawmakers did scramble to pass stadium legislation, but it was little too late. Then came the announcement that the Bears officially voted to move forward with the Hammond, Indiana project, and that's when this stopped feeling like a negotiation tactic and started feeling real. So what happens if the Bears actually move to Indiana? Well, obviously they would still be called the Chicago Bears. Plenty of NFL teams already play outside of the city that their name is. The Giants and Jets play in New Jersey, the Commanders play in Maryland, the 49ers even play in Santa Clara. The name isn't changing, but the symbolism absolutely does. For over a century, the Bears have belonged to Illinois. That's what makes this feel different. It would also signal something bigger happening across sports. Today, teams aren't just football teams. They are real companies. Stadiums aren't just stadiums. They're billion-dollar entertainment districts. And for better or worse, the modern NFL isn't won only on the field. It's won through revenue, development, sponsorships, concert, year-round events. And right now, the Bears believe Indiana gives them the best chance to build that future. Maybe this ends with a massive dome rising in Indiana. Maybe Illinois finds a way to bring the Bears back to Arlington Heights. Maybe this entire Indiana push for the Bears was just the greatest leverage play in NFL history. But one thing is definitely certain. The Bears have crossed a line they have never crossed before. For the first time in franchise history, they've officially chosen the path that could take them out of Illinois. Whether you're excited, angry, or somewhere in between, the future of the Chicago Bears no longer feels tied to Chicago.
Command in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs to the end zone. He got it!